Hi folks, welcome back to Meaningful Money. Okay, here I am, still on Treen Cliff. Logan Rock is that we talked about last time is just over there. You can see behind me Pednavana Beach. That's the nudie beach, so let me know if you see anything swinging around behind me, probably a bit far away. And just above that, just on the cliff there, is the Minack Theatre, which is an open-air theatre carved out of the rock by an amazing lady called Rowena Cade. Incredible place, and a fantastic place to see Shakespeare or anything really, as long as it's not raining. But you've got the backdrop of the Atlantic Ocean behind you, so a pretty spectacular place. Not sure if you can see it because we're quite a way away. Perhaps I'll try and get closer one day. Now, I've looked in depth over two pretty lengthy videos, the last two, about annuities. So now I'm going to talk about just alternatives to conventional lifetime annuities. And there's two main alternatives to deal with. The downside about conventional annuities, remember, is that once you've picked your options and you've set your level of income, it's set in stone. It's guaranteed for life. That's a good side, a good thing. But the downside is that it's guaranteed for life, because circumstances change, people change, and your needs might change, and so a fixed annuity for the rest of your life, particularly if you're making this decision to buy an annuity at age 60 or 65, is, that's the rest of your life decision. You might live till you're 90. Chances are you will, and a lot can change in 30, 25 years. So that inflexibility of conventional annuities has brought about the invention of a couple of alternatives. One major alternative, which I'll talk about next time, is something called drawdown, income drawdown, or more correctly called unsecured pension. But that's got various risks associated with it, and there needed to be some kind of middle ground between the sort of fixed, inflexible annuities and the very flexible drawdown type contract, a kind of a middle ground. So the first of those is something called many things, but for the purposes of this, an investment-linked or an investment-backed annuity. So instead of having a guaranteed income which doesn't change, or which goes up every year on a fixed basis, you can decide to build in a bit of uncertainty, but a bit of possible upside to your income. Now, these are usually investment-based, so they've usually got some element of perhaps unit-linked basis. Look back to previous videos about OICs as to what that means. Or with profits annuities, which are less risky, but a little more dull type of contract. But what you're doing is you're linking your income to investment performance. That immediately should cause certain alarm bells, because that means your income can go down as well as up. So here's how it works. You agree with the insurance company providing your your investment-linked annuity. You agree that your income will stay the same as long as the underlying investments grow at, say, 3% a year. So that's the agreement. And lo and behold, at the end of year one, the investments have grown by exactly 3% a year, and therefore your income stays the same for the second year. So far, so simple. If the underlying investments do 5% in that year, then your income will go up a little bit. If they continue to do more than the 3% every year that's agreed, you expect your income to go up a little bit. But what if the underlying investments do only 1% or do minus 5%? Well, in that case, you can expect your income to go down in the second year. So you set your expected level of investment return and you link your income to it. If the investments do better, your income will go up. If the investments do worse, your income will go down. That's investment-linked annuities. Now, there are some alternatives to these which have lock-ins, so that if your investments do better than expected, then that is locked in, and that's now a minimum floor. These are very new and, to my mind, untested. So that minimum floor, which means your income cannot go below that. It can only go up. Sounds like the perfect scenario, but we'll see. So that's investment-linked annuities. Now, the other alternative to a conventional lifetime annuity is something called a fixed-term annuity. Now, for the most part, it works exactly the same as a conventional annuity, except the clue is in the name. It only lasts for a fixed term, let's say to age 75. Now, what happens then is you've had your income from now until you hit age 75, and then you get the unused part of your pension fund back. It's like a sort of lump sum at the end. Now, it's not a lump sum you can go and blow on a cruise. It still has to buy you an income, remember, because this is pension rules. But you have a fixed amount of income, a predictable amount of income until age 75, and then you get to choose again and buy another annuity at that point. Now, why on earth would you do that? Well, remember what I said at the beginning, things change, circumstances change. So let's say you're deciding to buy your annuity at age 60, excuse me, and you opt for a fixed term annuity at age 75. Well, until age 75 rather. Well, you may be fit as a flea at age 60 and have a lovely spouse, but at age 75, I'm told that 3 out of 4 people will have some kind of illness, which will mean they'll get a better annuity rate via something called an impaired life annuity. So at age 60, chances are you're in rude health, but at age 75, there's a 3 in 4 chance that you're going to have some illness or other which will make you get better annuity rates elsewhere. So instead of locking your income in at age 60 when you're healthy, you can do that for the 15 years and then maybe at 75 take advantage, for want of a better word, of being in less than perfect health. Maybe at age 60 you're married, but God forbid, when you get to age 75 your spouse has died before you. So if you choose a spouse's annuity, but she or he dies first, then you've effectively wasted that money. So these are the circumstances which can change, which make a fixed term annuity quite attractive. Because at age 75, or whatever age you choose to have your fixed term annuity end, you could choose your options all over again. A second bite of the cherry, if you like. So that's pretty useful. So you've got investment-linked annuities on one side, fixed-term annuities, both of which are less set in stone than the conventional annuities we talked about last time. Now there are alternatives, more subtle ones, sort of variations on the theme, but I don't want to muddy the waters. Those are the 2 main types of alternative kind of annuities. But next time we're going to talk about income drawdown, more correctly called unsecured pension. And this is where you don't buy an annuity at all, but you keep hold of your pension fund and instead tap an income off it, like going to the cash machine every month. So I'm going to explain how that works, incredibly popular and sophisticated means of getting retirement income out. I'm going to explain how that works next time. So thanks for watching once again, and goodbye from Treen Cliff.